Hey folks, this is Maria Brew. Welcome to my channel. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you enjoy the content, please remember to hit like and feel free to share. Hey folks, pleasure to be with you again. We are addressing questions that have been posted by subscribers. I have to say one thing about our subscribers. You guys come up with very good questions. I can tell that our subscribers are made up of thinkers, okay? And that's always good to have, all right? I think that if I sat down and started to think about topics to come, record about, they wouldn't be quite as good as the questions that I answer for you guys. So kudos to you guys, okay? Here's another one. It has to do with the re-entry permit. When do you recommend to apply for a re-entry permit? Under what circumstances? This question was in response to the can you leave the DR before completing your medical exam for residency? I want to let you guys know that we have become contributors to the digital paper Dominican Today. That is a digital paper that is in English, and foreigners, expats, can read up-to-date news involving the Dominican Republic and internationally through this digital paper, okay? So they have a section called Expat Corner, and we are we provide weekly articles on topics having to do with expats. So we talked about this topic. So let's talk to you a little bit about what is a reentry permit. Well, you guys know that when a person chooses to overstay in the DR, when they leave the country, they have to pay an overstay fine, okay? And then to enter back into the country, they have to buy a tourist card, right? Now, for those who are in the Dominican Republic but are in a process, whether it is an application for residency for the first time, okay? You know that you come, you get your medical, you go to immigration, the fee is paid, and now you're waiting for your residency process to be complete. Or if you are in the middle of a renewal process that's taking time. For example, permanent residents under the ordinary track renew residency every 4 years, and their process involves a medical exam, so it's a little bit longer than a regular renewal. But if in the middle of all of this, you have to travel, to avoid paying the exit fee and the entry tourist card you have to buy when you enter, a re-entry permit is provided by immigration. And that's something that could be applied for online. I apply online for my clients, okay? You do that online, you pay the fee, and then immigration issues a re-entry permit. So when you leave the country, you present that and you don't have to pay the exit fees. This is especially important for people who've been here for years. Like I have clients who've been in the country for years, they have businesses, they live here, they have family, and they finally decide they want to do the residency process. In the middle of all this, while they're waiting for residency, guess what happens? They have to leave the country. So if you've been here for 2 or 3 years, that exit fee is going to be hefty. So that re-entry permit is important, okay? And under those circumstances, it just shows that you're leaving the country, but you are in the process, in the middle of a process. Now, I want to say that a lot of times my clients will ask me for a letter of representation. They'll say, you know what, counselor, we're leaving the country. So, at the airport, we want to show a letter, indicating that we're in the middle of a process. I'll provide the letter, but that's not going to get them out of paying those fees. That re-entry permit is what's going to avoid that, okay? And on the way back, it avoids having to pay for the tourist card because you're already in a residency process, all right? So this is for those people, of course, who live in the country, because I have clients who apply for residency, but they go back home to do, they live out of the country, and they're just waiting to, for the appointment to pick up their residency card. So once the residency process is finished and, an appointment is set up for them to pick up their cards, they come back into the country, okay? And they'll pick up their cards. So in those cases, the reentry permit is not necessary. Because, what are you doing? You're paying a $10 card, and because these are people that come in and out. That reentry permit is more for people who live in the country while doing the process, okay? So if you have any questions, any further questions, or need any further clarification, please contact us in one of the numbers and the email listed in the comment section. Okay, guys, see you next time.